friends, how are you? Hope you all have a nice time. In today's video, we will discuss about the various type of payment methods available in international trade. So this is for those who want to learn about the different type of payment methods which are being used while they deal with the international trade. And actually payment is a very important aspect for buyer and seller, importer and exporter in international trade. So there are certain methods of payment which depends upon the risk and advantage to buyer and seller simultaneously. So according to the agreement of the contract, both parties choose different payment methods. In today's video, I will try to explain you what type of payment methods are there when you deal in international trade, and we'll try to explain one by one. So let's have a look what are those payment method, and I hope you will have a good learning in this session. So this topic is related to foreign trade, and the aspect covered here is the payment methods used in foreign trade. Here you can see how many type of payments are there. One payment type is the letter of credit. It is very important type of payment method and widely used by many importer and exporter. It, you can say that it is the very much used payment method in forex transactions. It the letter of credit itself is having a many details. So I am not going into deep in this video on this letter of credit. If you wish that I should make a separate video on letter of credit, please do mention in the comment box. So here I will give an overview about the various type of payment methods. If any you feel that any type of payment method should be discussed in detail, just let me know. Other payment method is advance payment, and next is documentary collection. Other is open account, and next is escrow services. So you can see that these are the five type of payment method by which importers and exporters they do payments against the transactions of import and export. In this table, you will have a general idea that different type of payment methods means what risk for seller and what risk for buyer, and which payment method is best suggested in which situation. Let's have a look one by one. In case of advance payment, for seller side the risk is low, for buyer side risk is high because the seller gets payment in advance and the risk is high for the buyer. When this payment method is suited, when both importers and exporter they trust each other and order value is not of much significant amount, then advance payment can be done or advisable. Regarding letter of credit, it carries medium risk for buyer and medium risk for seller, and this payment method is used in high value shipments. As I told you, it is a very important payment method. Other is the documentary collection, which carries medium high risk for the seller and medium risk for the buyer, and best use for the cases where established trade partners are there. in import export transaction. In case of open account, the seller is having a high risk and buyer is having a low risk. And when we should use this? When long term trusted relationships are there. There we should use this method. In escrow services, there is less risk for buyer and seller, and you can use it in cases of B2B marketplaces or e-commerce. There you can use it. So just looking at this table, I hope you get an idea which type of payment means for seller from risk point of view and means for buyer, and in which situation the respective payment method is best advisable. Let's move. Now I will explain you one by one each payment method whatever I showed you in the previous slide. First, when we discuss with advance payment, the exporter gets the payment in advance from buyer. When two party enter into the contract for purchasing some goods and they are in different countries, they don't know each other. So it is very difficult for the buyer to build a trust on the seller who is sitting in the different countries and having different laws of the land as compared to the buyer's country's law of land. So it is a very tricky game when you are dealing with payment methods in international trade. Here, exporter, he don't have any risk because he already got the material before the shipment is made. Importer is having a full risk because there may be situations that the exporter situated in other country, he got the payment from you and then he don't ship the material to you. Then it will be very difficult to recover the payment and it is a cumbersome process. So finding suitable partners in making payments is a skill task in international trade, and there are various ways in details to find out this. I will explain if you wish in my subsequent videos. When to use this payment method? Generally, you should use this advance payment method when there is no other alternative available to you. You need the product from seller and he is adamant on asking the payment. So there is no choice left with you except to make advance payment, and if especially if the seller holds the proprietary right on those products which you want from him. So your requirement may be inevitable, so there is no option except to do this advance payment. Now the next payment method we will discuss is letter of credit. So what is letter of credit? It is a legal document which is issued by importer's bank to pay to the exporter on behalf of the importer. Means when importer and exporter, two entities are there in different countries, they don't know each other very much, pretty much. So what they do, they involve a bank in their country. Buyer involve its bank and seller involve its bank. So what buyers do? The buyers give the payments to the bank and the banks then open the letter of credit. After that, the buyer's bank inform to the seller's bank or to the seller that this letter of credit is established by the buyer. So if you meet certain conditions of that letter of credit or provide certain documents as agreed by seller and buyer in the LC terms, so then he will make you the payment. So here bank takes a guarantee to make payment to the exporter on presentation of some specified document as per the letter of credit. I hope you get this idea. As regard the risk factor, both parties are having medium risk in this because is involved and bank also do some genuineness verification according to their network, whether the firm or company to whom you want to make payment is genuine or it is not fake. So like that, bank also have their own network. If you pay them a certain fee, so they can give you a report. So it carries medium risk for buyer and seller. When we should use this? We should use this payment method when there is a high value transaction or considerable amount of transaction is involved in the forex. The letter of credit reduces the disputes also, because the transaction is happening through bank to bank on completion of certain documents and terms and conditions. So both party mutually agree on those, and there are less disputes because they understand the same terms in the same way. In my previous video, I made a video on the Incoterms. So if you want to have detailed idea about the Incoterms, you can see that video, and that Incoterms are widely accepted in the letter of credit also. So there is less dispute cases. Importer. Importer is assured about shipment of material, and it established the credibility of importer also in the eyes of exporter, because he knows that this much of amount he has given to bank, so he is a credible party, and it builds trust in between both of the parties and improved business relationship between both of the parties. And from exporter side, it assured about receipt of payment from the LC opening bank after meeting certain conditions as per LC and presentation of document. So this is an overview about the letter of credit. Next, we will see the other payment term, which is documentary collection. This is also very prevalent payment method in forex trade. In this, what happens? Exporter entrusts their bank, which we can say remitting bank, to collect payment from importer's bank, and we can say that the collecting bank, by exchanging shipping and financial documents. So what happens in this case? The exporter ship the material as per the contract, and they ship they provide shipping details to the buyer also, and the buyer start the processing of custom clearance, etc. In between, after shipment, they ask their bank, remitting bank, to present these documents to the bank of the buyer, means importer, which is collecting bank here. So the seller's bank presents the set of payment documents to the buyer bank, and then the buyer's bank is informing to the buyer that your this consignment is shipped by this seller, and these are the details. If you accept, we can make payment and you can get consignment cleared. So buyer, on seeing those details or documents, he agrees to the payment, and when he agrees to the payment, he make payment to the importer's bank, means buyer's bank or collecting bank here, and then the banks give them the delivery order, airline delivery order. So without this delivery order, the buyer cannot get the consignment clear from customs. So bank only give the delivery order to the importer or buyer when the buyer makes payment or agrees to make payment, but the payment transaction is happening through bank. So the importer's bank is remitting the payment to the exporter's bank. So then bank give the delivery order to the importer, and then importer use that delivery order to get the consignment clear from the customs of related port or airport or seaport where the consignment has landed. So what happened in this? The transaction of payment is done by the bank. So what they do, they present a bill of exchange, or you can say side draft. So there are two types of situation when the buyer is accepting the payment. He can accept the payment at site immediately, or he can make a time stamp that I will make this payment, I accept this payment, but you release the payment on a certain date and time. This we say time stamp. In both cases, the payment is guaranteed by the bank once it is accepted by the buyer. So bank releases that bill of exchange or side draft payment to the seller's bank once the buyer is agreed. When we should use this type of payment method? When there is a good establishment of both the parties, buyer and seller, and relation and mutual trust with each other. When they have this good relationship, mutual understanding, then they use this documentary collection. And this documentary collection method is having a less cost of payment transaction as compared to the letter of credit payment transaction, bank charges. What is risk for importer here or risk for exporter? If you see from exporter angle, if the importer refuses to pay when the documents are presented to importer by importer's bank, then the seller might have to deal with taking back the material from the logistics chain, or if it has reached to the country of destination, so he will have to deal with the how to take back the material. So this is the risk involved. That is why when every party involved in this transaction of import and export, when they have good relationship and mutual trust, then they use this payment method. I hope by this you get a clarity on this type of payment method. Other is open account. So when this type of payment method is used, you just see this use case when both parties have their long business relationship and mutual trust of high level. When importer and exporters they have a high level of trust between both of them and mutual understanding and long business relationship, then they do this open account payment method in forex transactions. So what happens here? Exporter ship the goods to importer, then importers pay to the exporter after a certain period of time, depending upon the credit which credit exporter has allowed to him. It may be 30-day credit, 60-day credit, or 90-day credit, or whatever agreed. So the seller allows to buyer to pay after this much time. What is the main advantage this for buyer? They can manage their cash flow in a very better condition. And what is the risk for seller? They ship without getting the money, and later on seller may take export credit insurance to mitigate this risk. Since seller supplied the material without taking the payment, so to mitigate his risk, he is having a choice to take export credit insurance in his country. So this reduces his risk. But since they both have mutual understanding and relationship, so there is less chance of defaulting payment. If you are having this type of account with some foreign suppliers, I will recommend you to maintain the payment within the timeline agreed in the contract. Otherwise, if you are delaying the payment, this will affect your credit line in the accounts of exporter. So never make the trust down of your exporter, and so that he is having a reason not to extend this open account credit method for your forex transactions. The other payment method which is used is escrow services. What is this? An escrow service acts as a neutral third party, which can be a bank or specialized escrow company. It is an intermediary to facilitate the secure payment between buyer and seller. So in case of letter of credit, what we have seen that bank takes a guarantee of payment to the seller from buyer side. Here there are some specialized escrow company throughout the world. So when buyer and seller they don't know each other in a comfortable zone. So what they do, the buyer keeps the money with a third party, which is escrow company, and the escrow company they inform to the seller that this much of payments we have received from buyer, and when you supply the system or equipments or goods to the seller, to the buyer, so when he accepts the goods, so he gives the order to the escrow bank to release the payment. If buyer is not satisfied, so he can reject the goods, potentially recover their funds through escrow services also. Sometimes the buyer may not be satisfied with the supply good quality, so he may recover the payment from the screw services. Benefits, what is benefit of this? It is reduce risk, increase security, and facilitate international trade. And what I will recommend you, that its use may be in such situation when both parties are new. So since both parties are new, so they put their money in escrow account. So buyer and seller both are having an understanding that money is lying there. If we supply good material and if he accept the material, so payment will get in the seller's account. So by this, I have covered whatever payment method I have shown to you in details related to the forex transactions. So thank you for watching this video. If you wish that I should make video on a particular topic, please do mention in the comment box and subscribe this channel, because we will keep updating new videos related to procurement area and updating your knowledge.